I'm standing next to Brian Dote. Brian, how are you this morning?
Good
to see you. Brian is one of the co-creators of Sushi Star, which is a new game that has been out how long?
For about 2 weeks now.
About 2 weeks, and you've already got how many downloads?
A few hundred.
A few hundred. So he's on his way. It's $1.99. Give us an example of your background. Well, you know what? Let's start the game,
Okay,
and then you can tell us about that. Okay, so how do we play Sushi Star? Let's step aside. Tell me how to go.
So basically, as the ingredients are coming down, we're going to complete the sushi pieces by by dragging the
I'm already way behind you.
Spam, maguro.
Okay. So what I'm doing then is dragging from the bottom up to the top. And I've got it. So I'm learning about sushi. I'm also...
Well, some of them are pretty quirky. We've got Kalua pig and spam because you're playing here in Waikiki. And then we've got unique ingredients for every level. But maguro is pretty traditional.
So the score is based on price for each one? Okay.
So maguro is $8.97, pretty pricey. We're in Waikiki, right?
Yeah.
And here's spam and maguro. And as you go on, it gets further, it gets harder and harder. We get multi-layers.
Very cool, very cool. Step out here with me for a second.
Cool.
Now, this is a dream come true, I'd imagine. You started in games or in computers?
No, I started in computers, worked in Silicon Valley for about 8 years.
Right.
Moved back home and always wanted to do my own stuff, build games for people, and for the iPhone.
Now, there's a lot to this. I know my son took some classes to try to figure this out. I mean, there's trigonometry, there's math, I mean, what goes into making a game?
It's like making a movie. It's the whole physics engine, it's the math, the trigonometry like you mentioned, but it's also the music, the audio, the visuals, the character design, and how to make it fun.
And who's your partner that did this with you?
So Peter Wubbles was the engineer that worked with me on this product. Audra Furuichi did the Nemu Nemu style artwork for the character. Her name is Sueko over here.
All right. Oh, wait a minute. That's not. That's coconut. Okay, coconut.
There you go. Kalua pig.
All right. Okay. I'm behind. I'm going to practice, and I'll do that. But Brian, what a great idea! Cool. If you're interested in buying this game, it's $1.99. You can go to the App Store and download it.
Correct. It's available now.
Okay. Excellent. Cool. Good luck to you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we'll all be working for Brian one day, probably. We can only hope. All right. That's a look at Sushi Star. Check it out on your App Store, and we'll send it back over to Stephen Dunn.